Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really happy to bring you these transfer sheets. They have these beautiful floral backgrounds. They're really fun to make mixed media projects with, and they're from Dress My Craft. So I can't wait to show you what I did with them, so come play with us. So these are great, they're water activated, and this first one, this is called the flower background number 4. And as you can see, it's this beautiful vintagey blue floral, and it's got this text on it. And then this one is vintage floral number 1. Gorgeous. Now these two, when you transfer them, they will transfer with the text on them so that the text is readable. The last 4, the text transfers in a reverse. That's why they're called reverse. And then it just makes a text design. Okay, so everything's sort of flipped and backwards on that, but it still gives us really pretty sort of vintagey text. So this is reverse Cheerful Flowers, and it's got these wonderful butterflies and music notes and text. This is reverse Fragrance of Love, and it's got beautiful large flowers and the text here, and then reverse Red Carnations. Gorgeous. And finally, reverse Sunny Flowers. Big, beautiful sunflowers and this great vintage text behind it. So when I started working with these, I was like, wow, you could cut these apart and do all kinds of cool things with them. So this one is the reverse Cheerful Flowers. So this one, when you transfer it, and I'm going to show you how to do that, but I want to show you the projects I did first. I used elements of this, and I got 4 different projects out of this one sheet. So I'm going to focus on that first, and then I'm going to take you through how to do it step by step. Also, it does include step-by-step instructions here in writing and also in text, and they're really, really easy to follow. All right, so first thing is, here's the first card that I did, and I used this piece right here, okay? And as you can see, it is reversed. So when you cut this shape out, and I would suggest cutting apart everything first, then when you transfer that, it goes like this, and that way everything is reversed on there. So for this one, after I did my transfer directly onto my 5 by 6.5 card, as you can see, I left a little border around that. Then I added some black cardstock, bigger leaves and ferns die cut images right there. I also added a strip of lace. I wanted to continue with that sort of vintagey look. So this is cream lacy trims from 49 Market. And then I added some cute little flowers. These, also from 49 Market, are Royal Posies in Tomato. They come in 3 different sizes with leaves, which are adorable. And then I also added some Dazzle stickers here. Oops. Got a big pile of Dazzle stickers here, and I got to separate them. Here we go. So these are the slim line colorful Dazzle stickers, and I used the red one at the top and then at the bottom along that lace. And then I also did, these are We're Together Dazzle stickers. They come 2 sheets in a pack. I just added friend right there. So really fun and easy card to put together. Okay, and then for this other card, one thing that's really cool about this is it is a translucent paper. So when you transfer the sheet, this one I did some stenciling on this slimline card. And if you can see right here, you can actually see the stencil through this image. So for this one, I used this part of the sheet right here. And I used, this is the quadrifoil stencil, and this is from the Cutting Edge collection from Hot Off the Press. And how I did this was, I just went ahead and took that stencil, I taped it down, just a little bit of stencil tape. Go, just to keep everything in place. And then I just used my brushes. Oops. That's not going to work. There we go. And I just used my brushes. Where are they? Blender brushes. Here we go. We have these in 3 to a pack, like this. And I just took this one. I used some black ink like this, and then I just did a really light sort of an oval shape, leaving the center free of any ink, just like this, just to give it a little gray. Okay, and just going along the sides there like that, and then just leaving this part free. And that way, when I took my little rectangle and put it right there, there was some overlap where you can see the stencil through, but I wanted to leave the center free of an image there. I'm gonna clean that off so I don't get black ink on something else. All right. And then I added some more of those colorful thin line dazzle stickers right here. I also added a 500 script greeting dazzle stickers in black. They come in all these different shades of colors. Did a miss you there, and then I returned those cute little posies in tomato, and I added a little cluster right here, and then a single one right there. And then I added just a little sparklets, some little rhinestones. I just added one right there and right there, just for a little glimmer right there. And these are winter wishes. You can also find all of these on our webisode page at paperwishes.com. And if you're watching that webisode page, they're directly below the video. There's a drop-down list where you can see all of these products. If you're watching this on webisode, on YouTube rather, click on the link below the video and it'll take you to that webisode page so you can find all of these products. All right. So the next one here, I used this little part right here, kind of this little musical part. And to do this, I actually put it, because I wanted to tear those edges. And this stuff kind of has a tackiness or a stickiness to it. So if you get your hands on it, it's going to transfer. Think of it as kind of a giant rub-on that you activate with water. So you don't want to get that tacky stuff to lift right off on your fingers. So I applied this to white cardstock, let it dry, and then I tore the edges of that cardstock. I created the background on my card by using roasted coffee ink pad. Here it is. This is a little prism ink pad. I used it, it's dye-based ink, so it takes a little bit longer to dry, and you can just splatter that with a little bit of water, and it creates this great splattered background. Then I went ahead and glued that piece of cardstock right there, and then just inked the edges black and just added a little happy birthday cutting die, oops, there from black cardstock, and then also a little black bow. This is from the black ribbon set that you can get also at Paper Wishes. So I toss those over there. So that's my third card. And my fourth card is this little guy right here. I used this corner part of the paper and then just went ahead and applied that directly to the card surface. Then I took the right side of the card and I just tore a little bit of white brick paper that came from Wood and Textures paper pack, and one of the textures is this white brick. So I glued that to the right side of the card, and then I added Sending Love and Hugs, this cute little cutting die from our friends at Creative Expressions, and I cut it from, this is tomato suede paper, and if you've never felt suede paper, it's real like fabric paper. It has a nap to that, go this way or this way, and I die cut that cute little greeting there, and then I just glued that right on there. And then I added some yellow sparkly ribbon from my yellow ribbon set right across the bottom there, then added a little bow. And then these are sunshine, is that right, the color? Yes, sunshine yellow pixie petals. So I just added one there and glued those on. So just even a little scrap is just all you need. And then when I was all done, I ended up with this extra little piece right here that I still have to add to another card. All right, so let's move on here. I'm going to show you how these work. Got to clean off some space here. I've got so many products. All right. So this one is the flower background number 4, and I want to show you another project that I made using this one. So for this one I used, there we go. This is the 7 1/4 inch oval chipboard from hot off the press, and I covered that with this beautiful blue floral. And then I went ahead and inked the edges here using French Navy ink pad. I just direct to surface, just colored that using the surface of the ink pad, went all the way around. Just needed to do about 1 inch in all the way around on that. And then I glued the oval to the label shape, okay? And then I got to add some really pretty flowers. I also added, these are hammered silver and hammered gold paper, and I die cut a clock image, just the face here and the hands, and glued that here towards the bottom. And then I also used some a butterfly cutting die right up here using that gold paper. And then I also got to use, these are Cobalt Country Blooms flowers. Put those in clusters around the bottom edge, around that clock edge towards the top. And then I added a little bit of, just a little bows of navy blue jute twine right here and right here. And then I wanted to add, these are Good Times Dazzle stickers, and they come in these different finishes all in one package. Here we go. Oops, there's a brown one in here too. I used the black one, and I did Dream Big and Shine Bright and added those. Then on the back here, I've got a little loop that is for hanging, and I just noticed I got some water here on my edge, so I'm just going to take my ink pad and I'm just going to color that in. That's all fixed. That'll dry. All right, so yeah, you can use this on chipboard and makes great cards too. So now let's show you how to build a card using this product. All right, so gotta get my supplies here. I'm going to transfer some of this blue flower background here, and as you can see, I've cut out the part that I want to feature. And the first thing is you want to take off this background, this clear sheet covering. If I can get a hold of it. There we go. You're going to peel this part off. Okay, I better get my craft sheet out because I think we're going to get kind of messy. All right, and then I like to use like a shallow pan with some water in it. Okay, there's just about a 1/2 inch of water in this. And I'm going to be adhering this to a heart chipboard shape. Do that. We're going to just get that covered with water. Take that out. All right. And you can do this really one of 2 ways. You can just lay it down like this, and then you could put your chipboard piece on top of it because we've got this white edge we want to avoid. And then you could turn it over, or you could just lay it directly like this. So I'm going to just lay it down like that. And I want to make sure that my text on here is going straight across. It's horizontal. You don't want to be sloped. All right, so we're just going to smooth that out like this. A little moist sponge is nice to have as you're pressing that down. adding a little bit more water if you need to with the sponge. There we go. And then what you're going to do is, this is just going to peel right up, right? Like that. And then, of course, we want to lift this up just like that. And then I'm just going to take the rest of this and fold that under. There we go. Now at this point, the directions say that you can add like a matte finish to that so that this doesn't rub off on your hands or anything like that. And I found with working with the cards that once this dried, that just wasn't a problem. But we can also use the 3D crystal lacquer is a great sealer for this. So I'm just going to take this stuff off. This will just come right off my plastic sheet. But if you were to get this on something like your kitchen counter or on wood or something, be very careful. It really likes to adhere and you have to kind of scratch it off. But it does come off of plastic with a little bit of elbow grease. All right, so we're just going to add a few drops of crystal lacquer. My crystal lacquer is not wanting to come out. There we go. Okay, just like that. And then you can take a paintbrush or the sponge and just move that around. And as I said, you can put this on your card as well because it does get handled quite a bit, or you can leave it off of the card. Might want to do a little experimenting. Okay, so normally I would let this dry for a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. This is a 5x5 card, and I have covered it with this cute little gray gingham. This is from 6x6 gingham #2 papers. There's one side of the gingham, which is this side, and then the other side has got this tiny little print. All right, and we're going to add that. Glue this on there. Just like this. This just kind of reminds me of something that's French country. As I said, I would normally wait to glue this on. I should mention too that these chipboard hearts come in 6 to a package, and you can also buy all of these things at Paper Wishes. And then I wanted to add a little greeting. This is from my collection of script greeting dazzles. I'm going to add a black one here. I think we're just going to do the word happy. Going to add that right there. And then I've got a cute little bow here. I can add, this is from the blue ribbon set. It's got this nice kind of a gray blue that looks nice with this. Add a little bit of my Cosmic Shimmer glue. Add that right there. And we can always add a little flower from the Cobalt flower set. Flower here. There we go. I like to add a little cluster there. Maybe another one like right here. Go. So you can see a really sweet and easy card to put together. And the colors are just sort of a little French country inspired card. Very easy. I also wanted to show you what it looks like if you do that stamping or stenciling technique. And we've got another piece here. Here's one that is kind of quickly cut out. All right, so if you're just putting this on paper, dipping that in the water again. This right over a little bit of just solid paper and a little bit of the stamped. Of course, you might want to get water all over your stamp like I just did. All right. And also the ink that I would use in stamping an all over background like this would be like a StazOn ink or an alcohol or waterproof ink rather than alcohol, but you want something that's waterproof because you are contacting water with the ink. All right. Didn't get enough water on there. You just kind of have to peek. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. Maybe we could zoom in a little bit, Steve. This is what it looks like when you're stamping over a patterned background or a stencil background. This one's stamped. And this is what it looks like when you just are doing it on plain paper. All right, there we go. Okay, so I wanted to remind you of the great money saver that we have on these transfer sheets. If you are watching us on our Webisode page at paperwishes.com, you can definitely check that out. It's on the right-hand side. We've got photo gallery below the video where you can see all of these plus their supply lists, and the drop-down gallery below that of all of the supplies that were used. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just follow the link that is directly below the video, and it'll take you to the Webisode page at paperwishes.com. Well, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.